The sacristan must be at the church 30 minutes before Mass. This allows enough time to set up for Mass, ensure all ministers are present, possibly find replacements, assist altar servers as required, and set up for baptisms if needed. Sacristans should be familiar with the responsibilities and duties of altar servers, as they may require some direction. Sacristans also serve as Eucharistic ministers and should be familiar with that role. They also play a role in collection and should watch the hospitality video as well. He enters the sacristy and checks his name on the schedule so everyone is aware he is present. He also checks to see if there's a baptism during the Mass. He then takes the lectionary, Book of the Gospels, and the tabernacle key from the cupboard. He checks the ordo, finds the reading for that day, and places the green ribbon in the lectionary to the appropriate page and the red ribbon in the Book of the Gospels. He turns on the sound system using the red switch by the door. When the Mass is not actively being celebrated, you should bow to the tabernacle, not the altar. If you can, genuflect before opening the tabernacle and bow before stepping away. During a Mass, you bow to the altar. Barry checks the tabernacle and ensures the ciborium is 3/4 full and leaves the key in the tabernacle for the priest. He then returns to the sacristy to prepare the vessels and linens for the Mass. From the cupboard, he retrieves a chalice, paten, lavabo, and pitcher, 2 cruets, 3 empty ciboriums. From the open shelf, he gets the aspergillium and aspersorium, and from the drawers, 2 purificators, 1 corporal, and 1 tub. He pours water into 1 cruet and 1 in the other. Place the purificator on the chalice unfolded lengthwise, with the cross facing up. Place the paten on top and a large host on the paten. Make sure the bag of large hosts is resealed properly so they do not go stale. Place the corporal on top of the host so the cross is facing down and the seam of the corporal is on the right, so it opens like a book. Place 1 whole sleeve of small hosts in one of the ciboriums and replace the cover. To fill the aspersorium with holy water, go to the baptistry and pour a very small amount of holy water in it. You can also turn the lights on for the holy oils which are in the baptistry. Then you can half fill the aspersorium with tap water. Put warm water into the pitcher and place it in the lavabo. Take the filled ciborium and the cruet of wine to the gift presenter's table and ensure the collection baskets are there as well. Returning to the sacristy, place all the other items needed for Mass on the wooden tray and take them to the credence table. Transfer them from the wooden tray to the table. And 15 minutes before Mass begins, you can light the candles on the altar and the ambo. And return the wooden tray to the sacristy. If you have not done this yet, make sure that the lectionary has been placed open to the correct page on the ambo, and the prayers of the faithful are in the ambo slot. Five to 10 minutes before Mass begins, check the minister's schedule, making sure all ministers have arrived. If not, begin looking for possible replacements from the assembly. If you have found a replacement and then the scheduled minister arrives, allow the replacement person to serve and gently tell the scheduled minister they were replaced as they came late. Fill in the minister's schedule attendance record, which is on the table under the bulletin board. There are 3 columns. 1 for if everyone showed up, 1 if anyone was late, and 1 if anyone did not show up and did not find a replacement. This allows us to track absences and hopefully help people to problem solve with the minister. Check in with your altar servers, make sure they're dressed appropriately, and answer any questions they may have, especially if they're new in this ministry. The sacristan should always be available for the priest throughout the Mass, and be attentive to him in case he requires assistance. You can either sit at the back of the church by the sacristy, or if you wish to sit elsewhere, please let the priest know where you are so he can make eye contact with you. During communion, if a consecrated host should drop on the floor and it is not picked up and consumed, the Eucharistic minister will signal the altar server to cover it with the second purificator. Sacristan, after Mass, will dissolve it in water and pour it down the sacrarium. The sacrarium is the sink on your left with the cover on it. It goes directly into the ground, and you must pour all blessed liquids down this sink, including water from the baptisms, the entrance fonts, and from the aspersorium. If the deacon is present for the Mass, the sacristan will not serve as a Eucharistic minister. After Mass, blow out the candles gently on the altar and ambo, putting your hand on the other side to prevent wax from being blown on the altar cloths. Snuff the wicks with wet fingers or a damp paper towel. Otherwise, the wick continues to burn and gets burned down into the wax. Return the Book of the Gospels to the sacristy. Return the Mass vessels and linens to the sacristy. Shake the purificator and corporal over the sacrarium so any remnants of consecrated hosts go into the ground. The vessels always need to be washed and dried, no matter how well the priest does this during Mass. In the cupboard, you will find linens marked for cleaning the sacred vessels only. Use these linens. Rinse each vessel and pour the water into the sacrarium. Fill the other sink with warm soapy water and wash the vessels well. And dry them. Put the vessels back into the cupboard and place the linens in the dirty basket. Each Mass uses a clean set of linens.